who would you turn to if you wanted some love advice? Now, in his new book, royal biographer Russell Myers reveals how the late Queen helped bring Prince William and his then-girlfriend, Kate Middleton, back together when they were younger, reportedly encouraging her grandson to have faith in his relationship. So who would you go to if you needed a bit of love advice, Oti?
Definitely my best friends,
Yeah.
right? They are there for me. I wouldn't go to my mom. That's I'll be like, no. My mom would be like, you're the bad one. But I would go to my best friends and my sisters, because they know me. They know all my moods.
Yeah.
And when I'm fighting with Marius, they've always got my back.
Yeah.
So I go to the people that will be on my side, not
Be on
the
your
ones that be like,
side.
yeah, no problem.
So you don't always want to hear that maybe it's the
No.
truth from other
I
people?
don't want the responsibility. I just want you to associate and align with
And
me.
do you listen, if they give you advice, if they said to you, I think you're being really unreasonable, I think you've overreacted to this one, would you listen to them?
They would never say that. That's why I go to them. They would never... My mom would say that, and that's why I don't go to her.
You don't want to hear it.
And
So really you just want to vent.
That's it. That's it.
You just want to vent.
And they let me do it, and they're like, how could Marius do that? And then they go, but he really loves you, doesn't he? And I'm like, ugh, yes, he does.
I think having a good vent is good, Cole, but it's not advice, is it?
No, I think it's all
Having a
about
vent.
venting initially. I mean, I vented, you know, with girlfriends. And what I loved about them is they loved whoever it was. If I loved them, they loved them. And the times I didn't like them or hated them, they hated them. They were just always, let's just go with her, because she'll probably end up back with him anyway, because that's the difficult thing.
Yes.
And I think sometimes, you know, I tell my sisters a lot as well, but you have to be careful with family, because the thing is, if they think someone's been horrible to you or whatever, nasty to you, it's very hard for them to then like them again, and then family gatherings
you know, when they
become
voice
difficult
it.
because there's a, you know...
Yeah, when they say, well, to be honest, we've never liked him.
never liked
We never liked him.
Yeah.
Then you're back together, and then every family gathering, your partner's going, they all hate me, because she
Well,
told me.
or you're sitting there going, they're all being
They all
polite,
hate
but I
him.
know they all hate him. And I think that can be difficult. But for me, lately, I have to say it's my therapist. I just think therapy is the best thing ever. Because they have no preconceived
don't know
ideas
you.
about anything. And it's just, it actually is someone to just vent to. And then all of a sudden, he'll put a bit of logic back in my mind where I go, oh, yeah, probably overreacted a bit there or whatever. So
Well, they don't
at the
have
moment...
an agenda, do they? It's like your friends have an agenda, you know, they love you.
They love you,
And if you said, oh, you know, this is happening, and they go, oh, that's awful, Janet, they'd be on your side.
Well,
where sometimes you need someone who gives, like Coleen said,
He
a bit
doesn't
more
know you
logic.
or the partner.
I did try marriage kind of counselling when I married the crazy person, the fourth person. I went to the marriage counselling. She saw each of us separately, and then she asked to see me again, and she said, it's not going to work. She was so right.
She's right.
Janet,
did you go, I know that?
Did you ask advice for this marriage now with Peter?
Would I ask any advice?
Yeah.
No.
Did you ask?
No, I wouldn't ask anybody's advice at all.
Did
Now-
you, though?
No.
No.
I didn't tell anyone. I didn't ask any advice because, quite frankly, I don't want to hear it.
Well,
you
no,
are-
you're stubborn. If you want to do something, you're going to do it. And that's fair
Exactly.
enough.
And I think with my track record, I never asked any advice all the way along. And my mother offered the advice whether I wanted it or not. And, you know, generally, with some of my relationships, she hated them, the idea of these men, till she actually met them and they were posh or whatever. And then suddenly she changed overnight because it was amazing. I had one boyfriend, she absolutely hated him. And then she discovered he'd been to private school. Oh, good. He could do no wrong, changed her tune. So I didn't... My mother was... her default position was hatred, not good for my daughter, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, we didn't have a very good relationship anyway. And with my friends, I feel that I put my friends through a lot, especially with my relationships. So I feel that I don't want to ask them any questions. I don't want advice.
I use my friends, really, we all use each other, I would say, as a sounding board rather than actual advice.
Yeah.
Because I think, particularly the age we all are now, you know, when I was in my 20s and even my 30s, I was very opinionated. I'd go and leave him immediately. He's not good for you. I don't do that now because people work it out for themselves, and often they'll stay with that person and then you have this, Coleen said, this awkward thing where you've said, I've told her that I don't even like
You have have to read the room, actually.
we're good listeners. We let someone rant
Listen,
and rave,
that's the main
we
thing.
listen, and we might chip in with, not so sure, have you thought about this? Ultimately, I think most people make their own decisions anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you've thought, and you'll always go with the person that you kind of thought that anyway. If they say, well, I really like him, you go, yeah, so do I. I'm going with Coleen. So
and it's so much easier to give advice when you're not emotionally involved in it.
Yes.
If you don't love that person or fancy that, it's easy to go, well, I think you should leave, or I think... And it's probably the right advice.
Yeah.
But once you're emotionally in there, it's very, very difficult.
I think my advice would be useless, actually. Really.
Probably.
Yeah.
Your
advice would be useful. I don't think it would, because you've had a lot of experience in relationships now, Janet.
No, she's laughing as she says that.